First of all, it's been a pleasure meeting some of you guys, talking with some of you guys, having lunch, and coaching you guys yesterday. Hopefully, it's been the same thing for you guys as well. My quick message is talking about building a football culture, and that comes with attitude, that comes with discipline, and that comes with work ethic. So simply those things. One of my coaches said to me when I was in college, the only thing that you can't control is your attitude. People can do things that can piss you off, make you mad and everything like that, but you can still control your attitude. That's the only thing that you can't control. The attitude that I like that I've seen so far from one person here who's Christian is that when he first met me, he not spoke to me one time, not two times, not three times. But he was on my butt about seeing if he can do extra work with me. And I love the attitude. I had a heart for him. Matter of fact, this morning, he probably had to wake up around 6 a.m. and we went in the gym and we worked only on football technique inside of the gym. Didn't even have enough space, but he was willing to do it. So that's the attitude that some of you guys should try to approach when it comes to not only just football, but anything that you really want, anything that you want to get better in their life. How many of you guys think here in Denmark or maybe in Europe that you don't think that you can get the best football culture here? Raise your hand if you think that. All right, raise your hand if you think you can get a good football culture in Denmark or in Europe. Raise your hand. So you guys do think that. So to you guys, just one person, what is the football culture like here? What is the football culture like here?
Not not that popular as in the USA.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole point that I'm saying is that I feel like a lot of people would probably not they would raise their hand towards the opposite. They would say that there's not so much football culture here. There's not so much opportunities to get to the next level because it's not the same way as it is in America that it is over here. But that's where it comes to leading the way. And that's something I'll talk about in a second. One thing that I see as a problem is that there's not enough people showing a good example of what football culture should be like. Because some things that fly over here does not fly in the States. I had a talk with Purvis yesterday, and he talked about how some guys in Finland, because we live in Finland, where if they get praised too early, that's their limit. They don't think that they can get corrected. They think because they get a little bit, oh, you did a good job. You did a good weekend at this football camp. You did a good job these past two games. Oh, yeah, I made it. I arrived. And that's the wrong attitude to have because you feel like you can't work out to get better anymore. You think that, oh, I got to praise that week so I can just stop and just chill. I did good last week. Oh, I had a couple games. No, that's the wrong attitude. You should think, okay, last week I had 5 tackles. I want to get 6 next week. Nah, that was 5. Nah, that's not good enough. 6 is not good enough. I want to get 8. I want to keep improving. You guys follow what I'm saying? So just because someone gives you a couple praises, you're like, okay, how can I get better? Have that type of attitude. What's the next step? Because a lot of things that I said don't fly in America that's going on over here. That's one thing. So leading the way, you got to learn to be hungry. The attitude that I talked about Christian this morning, that's an attitude that guys got to approach. You guys got to take an advantage of these opportunities that you get from here. I know you guys don't have a million coaches where you guys can get breakdowns of every single thing, but you guys have the opportunity that some kids don't have. They don't get to learn American football in school. You know what some kids have? They only get to practice 2 times a week, maybe 3 times, and they got 50 other kids around them or 10 around them who's trying to learn the same exact thing, and you have your warm-ups, you have your drill period for 10 minutes, then you have the next period. Like how much do you think you can actually get better? You don't have that much time. So that means that you're going to have to do things such as discipline and go out and do things on your own. Or you have to seek out help. I know I keep talking about Christian, but that's what you're going to have to do. How can I get this advantage? Hey, can we do some drills? I know I might mess up, but can I get some film on this so I know that the next time I do this drill, or 6 months from now, I should be better than this point. A year from now, I should be better from this point. You guys follow what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that you guys want to have in order to build culture, build the attitude of learning to be hungry to get to the next step. Then having integrity of the game. This is something that, as well as that some people might do here but won't fly in America. Which integrity of the game is watching film and learning how to watch film. That's something that I can talk to some of you guys about another time. But one of those things deal with what he said is alignment and assignment. You know what I mean? That's the things that you be looking at. Okay, did I line it in the right way? Am I in the right position? Did I show on film that I did my job? And there's more that goes into it. It's not too much, but it's a few basic things of watching film. Another thing is reviewing your playbook. I know the playbook may seem thick. I mean, right here, it's not that much, but the whole point is reviewing your playbook. It doesn't, and reviewing your playbook for 20 to 30 minutes a day or every other day. I'm not saying you need to do this every single day, but it's only 20 to 30 minutes. Just reviewing it so you just can so it can stay fresh in your head all the time. Going to practice and not making excuses about it. You don't know how hard it is to get some people just to come to practice. You should want to be in practice. You should want to have the opportunity. I love going to practice. Still to this day, as a 30-year-old man, I love going to practice. I love the game. And when I have to retire at some point coming up, it's going to hurt because I love being the best player that I can be. I love getting up in the morning still to go work out, to be the best player that I can be. Taking practice seriously. You know what that means? That means that when you're at practice, when the coach is speaking, you're not over there having side conversations. Luckily, yesterday, I think I only seen that one time. So I appreciate the guys that gave me the respect for when I was speaking. But that's what that is. When the coach is speaking, you should be silent. When the coach is giving a drill, your attention should be right there. You're not standing behind people. You're trying to get into the position where I can actually see what's going on. You guys understand? Doing what is asked of you. Being coachable. The worst thing that a coach can do, or not the worst thing the coach can do, the worst thing a player can do is have the coach repeat himself the same thing millions and millions of times. I understand that the first day might be like this. The second day, it should be a little bit less. But at some point, you got to get into your head, like if he's saying cover 3, you need to get deep, and you still playing like you cover 2, it's like, come on. How many times does he need to say the same thing? You're not being coachable. You're not focusing on your keys. And that's probably because you're talking in practice, or you're not watching that guy in front of you, which is another thing. If the guy in front of you did it right, and the coach gave him praise, what makes you think that you should do the complete opposite of what he did? You guys follow what I'm saying? So limit that opportunity, limit that positioning of where the coach has to repeat the same thing multiple times to you. Before game day, going to bed early. It's going to take some sacrifice. You can't be up all night talking to your girlfriend or playing video games with your boys. It takes sacrifice. I understand that, you know, some of you guys only be playing football for 1 year, 2 years, and, you know, you play rugby. You know what I mean? That might be the sport that you want to do, but you're still going to have to do that in these other sports. The whole point is that you need to get rest before the game. In college, they told us that it's the 2 days before the game. They said, we had a game on Saturday, it's Thursday night, we need to have our best sleep. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. But I know Thursday night, Friday night, have a good rest. That's taking the game seriously. That's showing integrity of the game, which leads into discipline, which is the backbone of all of this. And that transitions into having work ethic. As I said earlier, it's not enough time in the day for you to get, if you really think that if you go to practice, you're going to become the best football player, you're delusional. You don't have enough time. You're going to have to seek outside help. You're going to have to seek your teammates, showing your teammates who are next to you, who are serious about the game or who want to get better. I'm making mistakes at this. Hey, let's go to the field at, let's say 6 o'clock after dinner, and we can go do some extra drills. Let's work on our technique. Let's work on our footwork. Let's go watch some film later. Man, I'm good on the football field, but sometimes I'm not sure what's going on in this position. So that means that you need to surround yourself with ballers with the like-minded mindset. So just the last two things: removing distractions and public accountability. The way you remove these distractions are simply by just putting on that mindset that I want to be great. I want to do this. So I need to take away this problem that's taking me away from achieving my goals. If I want to be a great football player, I can't have 5 girlfriends. I can't be playing all these video games. I can't be in the hall playing pool, ping pong, doing all these things. All these things that can be distractions. I can't be on Instagram all night. I can't be on Twitter, whatever. I don't know what the new things that probably you guys are using. TikTok. I use TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok all day. You guys understand what I'm saying? You guys, you're already working on some discipline already because you guys don't have your phones between 7 and 4 o'clock. So that's already natural. Then you guys have responsibilities in the kitchen, all these different type of things. So these are the things that you guys going to have to carry over when you guys leave after your 10th grade year here. Then public accountability is saying, hey, buddy, right here, this is what I'm working on. At the end of the week or midweek, can you make sure that I'm doing this? If I'm not, bro, I'm going to give you $10. Or I'm going to give you this. Or you're going to take my PlayStation for a week. That's the type of accountability and discipline mindset that you got to have in order to move on to the next step, is taking it seriously. Because if you have no risk in what you're doing, then it's almost like you're being a privileged position the whole time. And you don't want to stay overprivileged. You gotta pick and choose what you want to do. You guys follow what I'm saying? So I want to challenge you guys. If you didn't get anything, it's changing the culture. And that starts with you guys. If you want the next generation of young kids to grow up in a better football culture, sometimes you're going to have to pave the way. I had to do this at my university. We was on the transition from going a big D1, and we were still at the lower D1, and the guys before me, they gave us the positioning to become a Division I university, and I was at the last point, because I don't know if you guys understand, you got Division I A, Division I AA, D2, D3. And we was at the AA point, and the guys before us, they had to do all that slavery work. They had to beat all these good teams and things like that. Then we was at the right point when I was leaving to go into the Division I process, and now they paved the way. Now Liberty is starting to be a better university if you don't know what Liberty University is. Don't worry about that. The whole point is that people had to pave the way, and you guys can pave the way for the next generation to show what is a good football culture is like, and that comes with showing integrity. That comes with having a good attitude, integrity of the game, good attitude, and you got to be disciplined. So, again, challenge you guys to change the football culture here, and it's going to be like perfume. It's going to spray out, and it's going to keep moving out to maybe to Sweden, maybe to Finland, other places, all right? Appreciate you guys' time, and hopefully you guys learned something.